Alright guys, this is part 2. We'll get right into it. I didn't realize it's going to take so much time.
And just get healthy, so that, I'm tired of hurting people. That's not who I am.
I believe him there. Maybe not with that's who he is, but I believe that at this moment he is tired of hurting people.
This thing is so devastating, guys. Please pray for me. If you have a prayer team, get my name out there. Thousands of people need to pray for me.
Again, just to hammer the point home, it's all about him. I do believe that he feels remorse for the people that he's hurt at this moment, now that it has all come to surface. But we still haven't seen him make an apology for what he said about Andre. He called him a Judas, anyway, getting too far off point, but he wants the prayers now that the bad times have fallen upon him. And at no point is he considering, what am I doing to other people that I may not be noticing? He can't see past himself and his problem. And this is what makes him unfit for any type of ministry for a long time, at least. If ever.
This means taking hold of my life and I'm done. I want to have a healthy, balanced life and a fair shot at stability and relationship and love. I want to be a dad.
It's all about his wants.
Guys, I don't even know how to tell you how much I'm suffering.
I know you kind of mentioned it, but what about the people that you've made suffer because of it? I feel bad for the guy, but at the same time, you can't just hide behind. You see this cycle. It's just go through the manic phase, hurt people, and then cry once you get called out on it, or the fear of being called out on it, or whatnot. Then it's the problem. Then you need to pray for him. Then you're listening to him cry, and it's a never-ending cycle. And until he addresses this and realizes that he needs to leave and stop affecting the minds of babes in Christ, is the only time that I'm ever gonna take this seriously anymore. You can't. And I feel so bad because this has 1,000, over 1,500 views. There, if you go through the comments, right, people are wholeheartedly just behind him on this, but they don't see the cycle, and I don't think he's going to be able to stop it because his ambitions are still there. And if you look into the parable of the young rich man, right? And it was because he couldn't sell all his stuff and give it to the poor, right? Is why he can't make it to heaven, right? It's not because of the money. It's not because of a work, okay? It's because he did not show the fruits of someone rejuvenated, no matter how much work he tried to do. Is why he can't make it. For everybody has a taproot issue on this. Am I recording? I hope. Yeah. Okay, I'm recording. Sorry. It's the money wasn't the taproot issue. It was the unwillingness to let go of what he felt was more important than God. And there's no gospel being spread in his videos. It's all about the Illuminati, and it's about him and his drama or his life or whatever, right? Like, I don't think there's one video I've seen where he's talked about what the gospel is. The point I'm trying to make is that YouTube and his life that he's gained from that and stuff has now overtaken any love that he had for Christ, any love that he had for God. And he only comes back to God when there's been a major catastrophe personally. And he still does not care about anyone in his life if catastrophes did not fall upon him. And this is why I believe he's not saved. And I think if he was, this would not be happening.
And this isn't the first failed relationship. I don't know if you remember a while back. I didn't tell you this part of the story, but my ex-fiancée, Christine, when she left me, she wrote me a huge goodbye letter, and, you know, I was loving. And in it she said, Mario, go get help. You know, her mom was in mental health and worked around people like this and said, you know, there's something a little bit different about Mario, you know. And told her, you know, that she thinks that there's something wrong with me. I didn't want to listen, you know, and that relationship came to an end, and nowadays, again, it's the same thing, you know, so I'm done with that, you know. I don't know if you've experienced heartbreak, but I have, because of this. I'm really acquainted with it. You know, I've had some pretty awesome people stand next to me and walk me through hell. And just to have me treat them horribly and mean and... So, anyways.
You know, it's good that he can recognize it, but again, this is a symptom of the depressive phase of bipolar or manic depression. They constantly then, what's the word? I guess autoplastic. They're very autoplastic with themselves. They're able to see that they have a big problem, but this goes away over time. It reverts back to the manic stage of the cycle afterwards. What they do is shield themselves with the sympathy, right? This is the problem with this, is that it's just another part of the stage. And until you get right with God, until you get right with Christ, and you give up being on YouTube for the unforeseeable future, is when that's the only, like, you start realizing that there's other people aside from the girlfriends that you're talking about because you lost them, that you're hurting. You're hurting more than them. Not saying that their hurt is insignificant, because it is significant, but you're hurting more than them.
A lot of pain, guys. My relationships have suffered. My entire life has suffered. My heart's been broken over and over and over. So if you're like me out there, I feel you, man, or sister, bro. You're definitely not alone in your struggle, I'll tell you that. I started a bipolar support group on Facebook. I don't know if you saw the video yesterday. But, if you,
Sorry, it was a late pause, but it shows no sign of realizing that he's unfit to be doing what he's doing. Shows no sign. In fact, he's going the whole other way. He's going to be starting a support group as if he's qualified to support these other people. He may understand the problem. He may know that there's a problem. It doesn't make him experienced in being able to support them. Okay? Like, I know about narcissistic abuse, it doesn't mean that I can start a support group for people who have been abused. Now, I can share my experiences, I can do all that, but it doesn't mean it's a support group. Okay? This is someone who just went until last week after 14 years of knowing it. And it's only because that catastrophe fell upon him is that we even know about this, that we even know that he was projecting when he was talking about Andre. Now he wants to start a support group. There is no sign here that anything's going to change. This is the out to get back into the manic phase, to get back to status quo and complete that cycle and hurt more people and lead more people astray. That's the problem I have with Mario. Okay? I see here that this is very genuine, I believe, but it's only genuine to the symptoms of what manic depression is. There's no sign that any of this is going to change, at least at this moment. And if he continues what he does, he's just doing status quo, and that's why he wants you to pray for him.
I lost someone, and it's because of this, and you want to talk about it, and you want someone that just wants to understand, join the group and give me a shout out. Okay, I'm here. I'm really wanting to help in this area, okay?
See, help.
Like,
you haven't even helped yourself yet.
I know there's not many people who get this. But I really do.
Doesn't mean you're qualified to help.
16, okay, I'm 30 years old. I've been going through this for 15 years. It's been hell. I know. But I'm here, okay? I want to be here for you. And I thank you guys for being here for me. So I'm going to keep getting balanced, seeking God, doing what I need to do. And you know, God must have someone special for me. You know? She's gonna have to be special. You know, I see a lot of you girls comment saying that you'd want to, you know, have a shot at me, but I don't know if you really know what you're asking. Well, I'm gonna get medicated.
Didn't I hear, like, I'm not trying to make jokes to be funny, but didn't I not hear that in some movie? You know, you don't want to be around me, I'm trouble. As in, like, that's the best pickup line?
You know, things will be different, but up until now it hasn't been a joyride for any of my partners. But to all the girls that have been with me, I'm very sorry. Okay, I'm really sorry if you're watching this and you were hurt by me. I'm really sorry I didn't have my illness under check. And I did those things and I brought you for that ride. I'm going to make sure that from now on, I'm well, okay? Alright guys, I'm out.
So here's the issue. Well, he makes another thing. He's trying to defend why he's taking medicine, and I'm not going to even step into that debate. He's taking not just his girlfriends and his ex-girlfriends for a ride. He's taking, at this moment in this video, at least 1,634 people for a ride. Okay, and they're buying it. Alright? And he teaches things like hell is not eternal. You get annihilated. He's teaching cult doctrine. He's teaching things like you can't learn the Bible by yourself. That God can't teach you. He can't teach you everything. That you need teachers. Now, teachers are good, like I said. Okay, I'm not saying that when they are good, they are good. But it doesn't mean that you can't learn the Bible with the guidance of the Holy Spirit alone. This is the ride. It's not just the girlfriend. It's the people that he's taking with him that he still doesn't see. And he still wants to say that he's helping them. You want to help them, Mario? And I'm not saying this to hurt you, man. Get out of their lives. Leave YouTube, at least for the long foreseeable future. Get yourself well. I do wish you the best. I do wish you to get right with Christ. Okay? To finally give your life up to Him and not just want to make videos pretending to be a minister, which you're not qualified for. You've proven that again and again and again, but this is the final, like, obvious nail in the coffin, Mario. Just admit it. Admit it, man. Stop hurting other people. This has been Avidan. May God's truth, grace, peace, and love be with you all if you seek Him in faith alone, in Jesus alone.